Hello. So it is Thursday, the 31st of October 2019, and that means, my friends, Mercury retrograde is pretty well here. It's actually not arrived at the very moment that I'm making this video. I'm doing this 8:32 a.m. UTC. It actually comes in 3:41 p.m. UTC, which is what we're on at the moment in UK time, because we're not on British summertime. Our daylight saving has ended. Let me see, Eastern Daylight Time, it's going to be 11:41 a.m. and 8:41 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Mercury actually goes retrograde in Scorpio, so my intention is to be here day after day. You never know with Mercury retrograde, the internet can go wrong, things can break, all kinds of craziness can come along. But I'm going to front load this one with a quote, okay, from the Bhagavad Gita, which I looked up just now, and it's a really good tip for Mercury retrograde, because the whole thing of a retrograde like this is when it's to do with communication, and when people tend to associate a lot of bad luck with it, which quite honestly is a mistake if you ask me. It's not meant to be unlucky in any way. But it's where are you coming from? What are you trying to kind of do when you help people? In particular with YouTube videos, are you just trying to get as many views as possible, or are you actually trying to put something out for the good? And that's just my view of YouTube, because that's kind of what I'm doing right this second. But this text, it's text number 20 from the Bhaktivedanta purports. It says, abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings. And underneath that it says, this freedom from the bondage of actions is possible. Well, it says it's only possible in Krishna consciousness, but he's talking about consciousness of not just God, but kind of godly things, if you know what I mean. Not everybody believes in God, and why should we, I mean, if there is a God, I'm sure he's not such a control freak that we've all got to go around kind of bending over and, bending over backwards to do things. But basically, what he's saying is, if you just kind of do what comes up, what needs to be done, and you do it as well as you possibly can without any attachment to the outcome, that's when you're going to get places spiritually. And that is when you're going to be able to cope, my friends, with whatever's going on in Mercury retrograde. So there we go. I hope too many people haven't switched off there. That all seems very religious when I talk like that, and that's not the plan at all. God is, it could just be your own higher self. It could be working in the higher chakras. It could be a career. It could be something that's important to you. Giving up smoking, a thing as simple as that. It's about bringing goodness into your own life, basically. And when you do that, you're able to bring more goodness into the lives of others. So the astrology of the day, the moon is still in Sagittarius. She goes void in Sagittarius, 14:29 UTC. So I have to adjust that one for the States and Canada. I'm not going to try, to be quite honest, because I don't know, I'm just not very good when things change around. But we've got a Capricorn Moon coming in 2:38 on Friday morning UTC here in UK. So that will be later tonight, later Thursday night the 31st in the States and Canada. When we get that Capricorn Moon, things get that bit more formal. People are stricter with each other, and people are more exacting about what they want to see happen and what they think should happen as well. Again, if you're clear about what you want to happen and it's not happening, just stick to your guns, basically, because whatever's come in to inspire you is an important thing, and it will keep on ticking. So we're headed towards the Capricorn Moon. She is 13.1% full as I speak, which is now 8:36 a.m. in UK time. 13.1%, fine lucky number that, if you ask me. But only yesterday I was saying it's not so good to attach lucky numbers to things to try and get people to watch videos. So that's not the plan at all, but it is 13.1%. And that suggests a bit of a lucky Mercury retrograde. I really hope it is. And the point of that is that it really can be a lucky thing. It really can be a positive thing if you listen to the lessons. It's really, when we try to think, oh no, I'm cleverer than that, I'm just going to get drunk and ignore it, then, it'll nobble you twice as hard the next time. So just go with the flow, friends. It's such good advice. It's something loads and loads of people say in the spiritual sort of movements of this world, but it's a real true thing, and that's why we say it. Go with the flow. Sun sextile Saturn right now. Stable transitions, beneficial delays. I've said this before quite a lot this week because that's been the way for the last few days. Just be patient, keep things as organised as you can. That's good for Mercury retrograde as well. Moon is still conjunct Jupiter, so it's kind of a generous time. It's likely to find people being quite helpful with things as well. It can run to excess though, so watch out for that one. Mercury still voiding Scorpio, Venus voiding Scorpio now as well. It's strong emotions around that kind of thing. If that's going on, it's not necessarily Mercury retrograde's fault. Mercury retrograde is always about raising our awareness of shadows in our awareness, and that's why we don't always find it too obvious and too easy to actually see. And this applies to me as well, by the way, and I have found that if I sit here trying to say I know all about Mercury retrograde very quickly shows me that I don't. Okay, that's day one of this Mercury retrograde. It goes on until something like the 9th of December 2019. It is absolutely all over by Christmas, so just put your Christmas tree up and hope for the best. That's what I think. Meanwhile, my friends, thanks for all the comments. There's a lot of comments coming in at the moment, and I really enjoy that interaction. Sometimes it takes me a while to get back to people's comments because my internet connection drops out willy-nilly, but it's really good to hear from people. Excuse me. Thanks also for the subscriptions and just the fact that the views generally are going up. I really appreciate that. But every time I think, well, here we go, the views go down a bit, so I'm going to try not to be too conceited. Meanwhile, have a fantastic day, my friends. Have a good Thursday the 31st of October, because Mercury retrograde or not, you can still have a good day, you can still have a good time. I'll be back with yet more very soon. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. See you soon. Peace.